What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And following on in our series of the Elder God Wars boss guides, we have another guide for you today, which is going to be on the new Croesus boss, the skilling front that was released into the game this week. So this guide is going to focus on a 4-man kill. So with that in mind, it's not for complete beginners, it's for people who are looking to maybe branch into 4-man teams and are wondering what the best way to kill it is, how to get the best contribution. So with that said, I'm going to expect that people who are watching this guide have a little bit of experience with the boss, and I'm not going to cover every single kind of element and aspect and mechanic that it has. So the way the guide is going to go is I'll do a few quick tips and tricks that people might not know. Then we'll go into some graphics of the rotation that you're going to do, and this is the same at every single skilling plot. And then finally, we'll go into a live kill and I'll commentate over the top. So firstly, in terms of like what I've got in my inventory, things that you may or may not know. So I've got super skilling potions. These are created with an unfinished Avanto potion, and then the calcified or the different types of fungus that you can get outside of the boss arena. So I've got a super woodcutting, super fishing, super hunter, and a super mining. Now you can obviously do an extreme hunter. I just don't have one of those at the moment. But yeah, extreme hunter to replace the super hunter if you can. And essentially the damage that you do to the middle when the boss's skirt gets pulled up is based on your level. So obviously the higher your level, the more damage you do. It's not essential to get kills, but it helps with your contribution score. Protein logs are really nice to clear yourself, to clear the kind of sticky, whatever it is, crap that's at your feet that deals damage to you and stops you from moving. And then also at this point in time, the boss is poisonable, which is an intended mechanic because there is a mechanic in the middle which allows you to do extra poison damage if you're paying attention. But a side effect of that is that Cinder Banes and Weapon Poison work. So if you're watching this boss within the first week of release, then Cinder Banes and Weapon Poison will do a little bit of extra damage. No harm in using it. If you're looking at this guide once this has been patched, just discard those. It's not going to change the rotation or change the kill. And then the final one is you'll see I've got a large rune pouch and some runes in my inventory. So I've got earth runes, and then the pouch got body, soul, and fire. That is to cast the crystal mass spell on the ancient spellbook. Requires level 90 magic. Super useful for negating one attack at Croesus, and we're basically going to use it to block the lava blobs that deal quite a bit of skilling damage and are a bit annoying. So yeah, those are the kind of the majority of the tips and tricks. You'll notice I don't have a fishing rod in my inventory. That's because I'm not, the perspective of this guide is going to be from the hunter spot, and damage in the middle is not affected by perks. So, and the fishing rod doesn't affect the damage you do, so there's no point me bringing it. Same could be said for the mining. I'm pretty sure that you could bring like a bronze pickaxe, and you would still do the same amount of damage as it's based on your level. Okay, so with that in mind, the way this is going to work is I will now bring up the graphics, and then we'll go into a kill, and all of that is timestamped down in the description. Okay, so we're going to take a look at these graphics now, and this is going to explain exactly what you need to do. This is going to be from the perspective of the hunter spot, but this will work for every single of these skilling spots that you're at, and you'll see in a minute why that works. So we start at the hunter spot. You always want to be collecting on the sparkling node, and when you do that, you want to get 17 of the material, of whatever material spot you're at, and deposit those at the deposit box within your quadrant. Once you've done that, go back to collecting and collect another 17. And then once you've collected those 17, your node should be depleted or almost depleted. Once it's depleted and you have those 17, you're going to rotate anti-clockwise once. So because I'm a hunter, I'll rotate anti-clockwise to woodcutting. Woodcutting is going to rotate to mining. Mining is going to rotate to fishing. Fishing is going to rotate to hunter. So everyone's rotated once, and there's still one person in each quadrant. At that point, I'm going to drop my spores at the woodcutter statue, so that will fully charge the spores for that statue. I'm then going to collect the 17 wood timber that my teammate has left for me, and I'm going to rotate anti-clockwise twice to fishing. And if everybody does that, all of the statues will get filled with the resources that they need. There will be one person in each quadrant, and you can all build the statues at the same time, pray at the same time, and the kill's basically done. And it really is as simple as that if everybody follows that rotation. All right, so we're going to commentate over this kill now. Whatever node you're at, always start collecting at the sparkling node. Now you can watch your timer wherever it is positioned on your screen, and at 12 seconds, you're going to want to escape and then run back to the node and collect. The reason for that is it'll put the bomb away from you and you're always at this sparkling node. So the next attack that it's going to do is the teleport attack, and it should come at exactly the time where the node changes position. So that is a really nice way to mitigate that. If the node doesn't change, just step out a few squares and then step back. So at this point, we're just collecting up and dodging attacks. So the next attack is going to be the blobs, sorry, and this is where I use my crystal shield. You can see there, crystal mask, sorry, didn't get hit by it, which was really nice. And I've basically got a full invent of my spores already. So I'm going to deposit those at the deposit spot. Now, after that attack there, the second stat drain attack, I know that it's going to be the stun attack next. So you can anticipate, and that means I don't get stunned. If you're moving around, you won't anyway. Then we're back on the sparkling node now that the second stat drain has moved. You can see that I've now depleted the resources. I've still got quite a few that I need to get, so I just go out to the side guards to collect the resources that I need. So I was just testing out whether I could dodge the next one. Didn't get the timing right there, but yeah, just keep collecting and move out of the way of these because there's plenty of nodes to collect from. Now what we're going to do is we'll skip forward a little bit. So you can see we're going to rotate anti-clockwise once, and here's where we drop our spores. We can crystal mask again here when the jellies come out, and we get hit, but it doesn't hit us. So we collect the timber from our partner. Now, because I'm at Hunter, Hunter is always the fastest, so people might be a little bit behind you when you're doing Hunter. It doesn't matter because there is a little bit of a time gate later on if you want to boost your points. So you can see here that I'm running around anti-clockwise once, and then I'm going to run around anti-clockwise again. Now, for those of you if you're struggling with this section and getting hit and fungus is degrading, take one step into the path, the clear area, and then Bleeding Dive Surge at the same time, and that'll take you to the other side nice and easily. So you can see I've moved anti-clockwise twice. I'm going to put my timber into this second statue, and I can see that I'm still waiting for mining. Now, I was pretty fast on this one, so you should always be watching the timer, and I don't normally get to this part at 2:25, which is when these blobs come out. Normally I'm just at the other statue, but always be wary of that 2:25 mark so that you clear the blobs in the middle. So now I'm just waiting for one of my teammates to bring around the mining resources, so we'll skip here until he brings those round. So I just started collecting some algae whilst I waited. So partners brought them round, and we're going to restore the statues. And you can see everyone is either building their statues or getting close to. Fishing is one of the slower ones, so it's normally one of the last ones to finish just because it's slower to collect them. So what you can do is at this point, if one of your teammates is a little bit slower, you can, instead of running around to help them, and if all your other statues are kind of being built, you can pray at the statues and then go and help them, and then pray at the final statue and finish it off. You do actually only need 3 statues to complete the kill, but it's worth doing 4 because you get the extra points for it and it doesn't take much longer. So what you'll see here is that in a kill where everyone has done it perfectly, we'll all be repairing statues, which we are now, and hopefully you don't get teleported like I do there. So I got teleported but got lucky and was in the same quadrant, so I just kept on building. So basically we'll build our statues. As soon as we're kind of ready, we'll pray at our statues together, and then we're going to go and help the final guys just do their statues because it's quicker than running around. You can see here, and now we're in the middle, and we're obviously, so at this point, this is where I tend to drink my restore sip. I didn't actually get hit at all this kill, so I didn't need to drink a restore, and then I'll pot up depending on what the middle is. So this is Hunter, so I drank Super Hunter Pot Sip, and I also drank Weapon Poison Sip. So you can see that we're doing the max damage possible. Now the reason that I'm zoomed in is to make it, so yeah, you see 1560 is the damage that I'm doing, and there's poison hits as well. The reason that I'm zoomed in is because the sparkling, you can see there was a white sparkle. If you click the white sparkle, you'll do 500 poison damage. If you click the green sparkle like that, you'll do an extra 1000 poison damage. Now you don't want to click the red sparkles because that will heal the boss for 2500. Now, we did make one small mistake in this kill. You can see that our contribution score was around 342, which is not bad. And the kill time was about 6 minutes and 10. Now, if we just go back to about the 5 minute and 10 mark, which is when we pray at the statues, what we should have done here is waited until at 5 minutes and 10 seconds, a second pair of blobs will spawn in the middle. And if you clear those first, you get a significant boost to your contribution score of like around 100 or so. So essentially you want to wait till the 5 minute 10 mark, clear the blobs, and then pray at the statues. And with that, I've got over 500 contribution score, and the kill time should be around 6 minutes 30, 6 minutes 40 seconds, very, very consistently. And you get, as I said, 20-30% boost to your contribution score, and normally you only have to wait around 20 seconds or so, 20 to 30 seconds. So it's definitely worth it in terms of, improving your loot. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope that you found it useful. I'll leave you with this clip, and best of luck with your Croesus kills.